When the iPhone 16 Pro was announced a few months ago, I made a video with some of the best accessories I found on Amazon for it. I found amazing microphones, a janky way to attach an SSD, a power bank, but no way to use them all at once, which is what you might need if you're filming on your phone. I found the most convenient accessory for utilizing the iPhone's highest quality video, get great audio, and charge the phone. And it's not even close. This is the Lexar Go SSD. And just for comparison, this is a 2TB SSD that's tiny. You can definitely use plenty of other SSDs for the iPhone, but this one is cordless and sits flush on your iPhone, so you don't need any other accessories to mount it. It just keeps your setup as minimal as possible. The read and write speeds are fast. It comes with this silicone case for drop protection. It's dust and water resistant and compatible with iOS, Mac, Android, and Windows. As a media solution for the iPhone, it's one of the most convenient, but when you pair it with the hub is when it ties everything together. You got the USB-C hub right here, has a couple different USB-C connections on it for different accessories, so you can use them simultaneously. I love how this looks when it's all put together on my phone. It's so clean. And aside from that, it's just a couple different connection accessories to help you configure the use of the SSD however you would like it. Let me show you how I use it. So this is my iPhone. One way that you can obviously use the SSD is just to plug it straight into the side of the iPhone like so. And it works this way. I don't really like it like this because it isn't flush. It extends past the phone, but this is an option. Now this adapter that I showed you just a second ago allows you to attach the SSD straight into the side like that. And then what this does is it wraps the SSD to the back of your phone. This right here is like the cleanest setup for me. I love this. It sits flush on your phone. It goes to the back of the phone and it doesn't protrude out of the side. And you still have a really good space right there when you're using the silicone case from Apple. I love the way that this was designed. This is the USB-C hub and you can see right here it has this indented space at the bottom. You just attach the SSD right into there flush. And then you pull your phone out and you attach it and it just goes straight into the back of the phone, super flush like so. And you can see how clean that is. It sits flush with the side of the iPhone. It doesn't protrude and you're good to go. I think for all of us, the practicality in us actually using our phones for filmmaking, if we have a separate system specifically for that, is just the portability and the convenience of it. And this setup right here makes the most amount of sense for me the majority of the time. Like, yeah, obviously I don't have an ND filter on here and I could have a complete cinema rig on my phone, but am I realistically gonna take that with me everywhere I go? Not really. An SSD this small though, without any wires, makes a lot of sense for me. This is something that I will actually keep on me and actually utilize. This is a minimal setup for me if I wanna vlog and I wanna ensure that I got the best possible quality and the best possible chance at color grading it to look like footage from my actual camera. And if I actually want audio. A lot of the times if I'm catching shots on my phone, I don't really care too much about the audio because it's probably just gonna be B-roll in the video, and if I can color grade it good, it's just gonna come out fine. But if I know I need audio, this will be the setup. I wanna keep a clean, minimal setup for vlogging. I wanna go into a coffee shop. I wanna go through a grocery store, mall even. This setup right here will usually not get you looked at crazy or kicked out. So I like it. Quick rundown on this setup. So we got the iPhone 16 Pro, obviously. In the middle, I'm just using some generic Joby smartphone clamp. I like it because it's minimal and it's skinny and it doesn't interfere with the USB-C hub at all. We got the Lexar Go SSD, then we have the hub attached, and then on the side we have the receiver for the DJI Mic 3s. Mic 2s, not 3s. The 3 ain't even out yet. I'm just out here making our products. And then we got this mini Manfrotto tripod. And just vlogging with this, it's clean, it's clutch, and it's lightweight. Like, I like this a lot. This is probably my favorite setup with the iPhone right now. And all these accessories can fit in whatever bag that I'm using. Like, I don't know, it's just cool. Now, 95% of the time, I don't need audio from my iPhone. Like, if I'm using it the majority of the time, it's just me getting B-roll clips to throw into a YouTube video after the fact, or it's just me capturing moments of my life and what's happening. But when I do need it, I do bring some sort of microphone. Doesn't always have to be the DJI Mic 2s. It's just what I have on hand right now. But if I'm not really moving around like that, I'll literally just carry the SSD. I think that is cool, and I think that it makes the process of me getting the footage to my computer a lot faster after the fact as well, which I like a lot. I like the setup though. The setup is mad clean. Now when it comes to this SSD from Lexar, there's a couple ways that I've been using it. The first of which is using a complete iPhone rig. You guys might have seen my last video that I dropped a couple days ago, and it was showcasing this small rig filmmaking kit. That kit includes a bunch of things, but it does not include an SSD. But on this kit, I was using a Lexar SSD as my media solution. And I love it in that orientation. The fact that it's tiny and it's cordless means that I don't have to use a cold shoe mount to mount it to the rig. You can film any sort of media on your iPhone, whether that be 4K 24 frames per second, 4K 60 frames per second, or 4K 120 frames per second. And it does this with ease. Another way that I've been using the setup is with the SSD and the hub, and also a clamp on my iPhone. The reason why I like this setup so much is because it's minimal, but it still allows me to be able to mount my phone to different accessories if I need to. Whenever I'm out vlogging, a mini tripod is like vital for me, just so I can set up different compositions. If I'm going to a coffee shop, I want to have a mini tripod. And the setup is cool and it's minimal. It's not loud. Nobody's gonna look at you crazy if you pull this out in a restaurant or anything like that. And the next way that I've been using the SSD is just plug straight into my phone, no other accessory. For me, I find this to be the most practical way to use the SSD. This thing is so tiny that I don't have a problem throwing it into any bag that I have. Whether I got a shoulder bag on, I got a complete camera bag, or literally just in my pocket, this thing right here works. A lot of my YouTube videos have B-roll shots that carry you through the entire story without showing me sitting here talking to you on camera. I just find that it makes the videos a lot easier to watch this way. And sometimes I don't have my camera on me to get good looking shots, but the iPhone's ProRes log looks amazing. It fits into projects and nobody even notices that these shots are not from my camera. So this is the way that I use this setup a lot. If I'm out and I see something cool, but I don't have my camera on me, I can film some really high quality shots straight off my iPhone. I don't have to wait a long time to get the shots off of my phone onto my computer. I think it's so crazy how spoiled we are right now as creative people to be able to have tools that just work. My first mirrorless camera that I bought specifically for creating content on, I actually didn't even buy. I had to convince my wife to finance this through her Best Buy credit card, and that was a Sony a6300, and that just spawned everything that y'all see on this YouTube channel, which is insane to think about. But now you can literally just pull your phone out of your pocket, attach a microphone, attach an SSD, and just create amazing quality content. It's really no excuses right now, and I think that it's amazing that we can all have an opportunity to be able to document our journey and our life, get our stories out there, and you know, just inspire other people. I think it's really cool, man. I think it's dope. The next thing that I love about this SSD that has nothing to do with the iPhone is that when I'm not using it to film on my phone, I'm just using it as an SSD. I know a lot of y'all probably got MacBooks, right? And you attach your SSD into your MacBook and it just hangs off and it dangles off and it's just annoying. This SSD sits flush into the side of your MacBook. It's not dangling off at all. It's extremely small. And I've just been storing projects on it when I'm not shooting on my iPhone with it. It's a really cool SSD aside from being a tool for the iPhone. I love the fact that it doubles for both of those. All in all, I love this SSD. It comes in 2 different sizes. You can get 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes. And for the speeds that this thing read and writes, the size of it, even if you're not using this for your iPhone, it's a really great media solution. And I think that that's really dope. It can double as both. It's not something that you have to purchase specifically for filming on your phone. If you edit projects, which I know pretty much every single one of y'all do who are watching these videos, and you're looking for a really cool SSD that can double as both, this thing right here is a great option for that. It looks good, it's small, it's tiny, it sits flush on both of your devices. It's just an all-around win-win. I think that it's a really dope product. It's a couple different packages. If you don't want to get the hub and you just literally want to buy an SSD, you can do that as well, and it's a little bit cheaper. So if you're interested at all, make sure to hit those links down in the description and check out the SSD. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop it a like. If you're new here to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. But with that being said, I'm out, y'all. Peace.